Hi y'all, and welcome to Wholicious. Sometimes we don't just eat to satisfy our physical hunger. Instead, we turn to food for comfort, stress relief, or to reward ourselves. And when we do, we tend to reach for junk food, sweets, and other comforting but unhealthy foods, just to end up with that shameful, icky feeling and not being comfortable in your own skin and body. And afterwards, your emotional issues are still there, they're not gone, and now you're also feeling guilty for overeating. I know this cycle very well because it was me for 3 decades. I began my journey from living an unhealthy lifestyle to a holistic lifestyle about 12 years ago. I'm Amber Cottle, AKA Chef Amber, professional chef, holistic lifestyle advocate, and your host of the show, Wholicious. I will help and coach you on how to have a healthy relationship with food in your body. This Wholicious episode is gonna make you feel so good because I'm going to show you some delicious and healthy, cozy comfort foods. And you know what? Without the guilt. Before it comes to food, I'll show you a tool that can help you really love and accept yourself and your body. One of my favorite spiritual practices is my meditation and affirmation practice. You'll find many more in my new upcoming book, Hungry, Why Effing Eat. I'll provide you with tons of profound tools, mantras, and insights about my journey to a healthy and holistic lifestyle. The meditation and affirmation practice is something I've been doing for years. It's of such great value when you really have had a hard time loving and accepting yourself and your body. I have spent the last decade helping myself and thousands of others to stop escaping and self-numbing with food and to really start loving and accepting their bodies. This meditation and affirmation practice enables you to feel connected again and know when to pause when you want to turn to food for comfort, stress relief, or to reward yourself. And I have to tell you that when I'm in acceptance with my body, I'm able to make better choices to fuel and nourish my body with the right food. Because people always ask, well, how did you form this healthy relationship with food and body? Well, this is one of the practices that really helped me, right? If I'm walking around pessimistic with a negative attitude, I'm not likely to go choose the healthiest option, okay? I'm gonna choose something so I can continue to numb my feelings. So this is a great practice to really shift your energy and really help heal your relationship with food in your body. All right, so this is how I do my affirmation practice. I actually like to do it looking in the mirror at myself. Bathroom mirror is fine. So we'll pick an affirmation and you can start with 2 minutes, you can do it for a minute. I think 2 minutes is a really good window. I have about 50 different mantras that I rotate through. Really tune into your being and really connect with yourself and mean it. You can pick the affirmation that really feels in alignment with you. And my suggestion is take Post-it notes. And I like to post my affirmations on my bathroom mirrors. I have some in my car, in my wallet, and even on my refrigerator. So you can walk by and remember, oh my gosh, I am radiant. This will help you whenever you're feeling sad, triggered, or going through an emotional low. It will immediately shift your energy and will help you get back into acceptance as your subconscious mind will adjust to your spoken affirmations. And I have to tell you that the power of thought and the power of words really does matter. I believe that what we put out into the universe, we can really bring back and really attract to us. Meaning, I'm definitely not gonna say, I feel fat, or I feel ugly. I'm gonna say I feel poor, right? Or I don't have enough money. I am abundant, I am prosperous, I am luminous, I am beautiful, right? I am radiant. And maybe you'll have to start with this practice and fake it till you make it. That's okay, you're still doing it. Once you've picked your affirmation, really tune into your body, like I said, take a bunch of deep breaths. If you can, really look at yourself in the mirror, relaxing all of your body parts, focusing on your breath, and then repeat your affirmation for 1 to 2 minutes. And take advantage of your car, the shower, when you're getting ready, and sometimes I'll go into the bathroom at work when I need a little energy shift. I believe that we can enjoy our favorite foods and feel strong, sexy, powerful, beautiful, and aligned in your body. Today our menu is plant-based and gluten-free, of course, and we're gonna make a nacho bar, then a creamy mac and cheese, and then finish with a banana ice cream. So join me in the kitchen and let's start cooking. Okay, are you ready to make some comfort foods? I am. I'm so excited. For years, y'all, I deprived myself of my favorite foods, my childhood favorites, comfort foods, because I was so afraid of gaining weight or getting fat. So no more of that, no more deprivation. Food is my life. I love food, and food is supposed to be enjoyed. So today, we're gonna make some amazing nachos. Then I'm gonna make a mac and cheese, and then finish with a banana ice cream. And today, everything is plant-based, which makes me really excited because I love to show my meat eaters and dairy eaters how satiating it can be with a plant-based meal, especially nachos with cheese and sour cream made out of cashews. Okay, let's get started. This is a Vitamix episode, y'all. I couldn't live without my Vitamix most days. So we're gonna start with our sour cream, okay? All right. So right here, I've got my 2 cups of cashews, and I've already soaked the cashews overnight. I've strained them and I've rinsed them. You never wanna use the water that you've soaked your nuts in overnight. And I explain this in every episode when we soak the nuts. The reason that I soak nuts is to remove any enzyme inhibitors that are blocking the absorption of any nutrients and minerals that are active in the nuts, okay? Especially if you struggle with leaky gut or any gastric issues, definitely soak your seeds and nuts, okay? All right, so I've got my cashews. Then I'm gonna add some lemon juice and hemp seeds. Make this so creamy. Plus we get all of our yummy omegas and tons of plant protein, okay? Now, I'm gonna add some nutritional yeast to this. This gives it the cheesy flavor, the nacho cheesy flavor. And I just wanted to show you that nutritional yeast, it's really easy to find now, loaded with B vitamins. It's actually got 5 grams of protein per tablespoon, so loaded with protein. And also, I just wanna mention, it's an inactive yeast, okay? So if you have like a yeast allergy, this is different than like a bread yeast or yeast that they use in beer, okay? It's inactive. All right, so we've got our yeast, we've got cashews, our lemon. I'm gonna add our water in here. Okay, we'll start with that because I don't want it to be too runny. I want it to be nice and thick and creamy. And then I'm gonna add all of our spices. I've got garlic powder, chili powder, a little bit of turmeric, paprika. Okay, I'm gonna add a little pinch of salt and we're gonna blend. Okay. Oh my gosh, smells just like nacho cheese, y'all. Like just like nacho cheese. Look how creamy that is. It's so delicious. Oh my God, I can't wait for you to try this. Okay, so I'm gonna add, because we're gonna make a nacho bar. I love making nacho bars. Every time I go home or I host like a tapa party, having a nacho bar is so fun because then everybody can make their own plate of nachos. All right, so there's our nacho cheese. Oh yeah. Okay. Now I'm gonna rinse this out really quick so we can make our sour cream. Now we're gonna make the sour cream. We just made the nacho cheese, here we are. And let's get set for our sour cream. Again, we're using cashews. Now, if you're allergic to cashews, you can actually sub macadamia nuts. It's the only nut that I've subbed for both of these sauces, okay? I have not used almonds yet or any other nut, just a little side note. Okay, all right, so we've got cashews, lemon, and apple cider vinegar for the acid. I'm gonna put a little bit of salt in here. And then I'm just gonna put a little bit of water. We'll just do that because I want this to be nice and thick also. And we're gonna give this a blend. Okay. Oh my gosh, look at our creamy sour cream. Amazing, smells just like it. Now I'm gonna make a nacho platter and I'm gonna show you how to make a bar at your own house, okay? So I'm gonna pour our sour cream in here, okay? Now, when I was growing up, I'm from Atlanta, and we would go to our favorite neighborhood Mexican restaurant at least once a week, and I would always come home with the worst stomach ache and headache. And just the quality of the ingredients, all the GMO and all the dairy and the gluten. So this is just a really fun substitution, super clean, won't wreak havoc on your body, but you can still enjoy one of your favorites. I mean, nachos seriously is one of my favorite comfort foods. It makes me so happy. Okay, so we're gonna make a platter, and I wanna show you my favorite chips I use. So you can obviously use any corn tortillas, any organic corn tortillas. I'm gonna use the Siete chips. They're made out of cassava flour. And this also makes a really great paleo meal because it's a grain-free chip, lower glycemic. All right, so let me put my chips here. All right, that's good. All right, perfect. All right, then, so I just used some organic canned black beans, and I'm gonna put some black beans on here. And so I'm gonna make a platter right now, but if you were doing a bar, you could sit out black beans, ground bison, roasted fish, your dips, and then if you have meat eaters and plant-based eaters, you can really, appease both of them. So I've got this. And then if you go back to my bone broth episode where I spoke about gut health, I made a cauliflower rice. That cauliflower rice would be amazing with this. Okay, so we've got our beans. Then I'm gonna put some tomatoes on here, just like this. Oh my gosh, okay. And I wanna put some scallions, lots of scallions. And then I'm gonna put a ton of fresh cilantro leaves, like this. And let's get into this nacho cheese. So I'm gonna get my nacho cheese here, and I'm just gonna do a nice drizzle, a big drizzle. And I will leave this bowl out because I always want like a little extra on the side. And this sauce, y'all, is so great if you're making like a charcuterie board and you wanna dip your veggies in it. It's amazing dipping like toast points or pita points in it. All right, so there's our nachos or nacho cheese. And then a little bit of sour cream. Okay, I'm just gonna drizzle like a little bit of sour cream right across the top. Look at that, how amazing. Okay, messy is good. Okay, what else are we putting on here? Oh my gosh, we're putting some of our avocado on here. We'll put some big dollops of avocado right across the top. Okay, and then I'm gonna do a squeeze of lime all the way around, all over, give it a little zing. I'm gonna top with more scallions for presentation, and I'm gonna put a little pinch of salt. Okay, oh my gosh, how good does this look? Check out these nachos. I mean, they look like the real deal, right? You've got your cassava tortillas with tomato, black beans, sour cream, nacho cheese, avocado. I mean, it's everything. This is literally a full, complete meal without wreaking havoc on our bodies. So the one great thing about these nachos is you can eat them at room temperature. You notice that I didn't heat anything up. If you want these to be hot, you can totally heat up your nacho cheese, pour the nacho cheese over the cassava tortillas first, throw them under the broiler for like 1 minute, and then pull them out, and then you can top it with all the toppings. But I find that this is satiating. I love it exactly as is, but I wanted to give you that other option, and I can't wait to get in here and try this. Oh my God. I can't wait for you to try this cheese. It tastes exactly like the real deal. Oh my gosh, so delicious. I can't wait to dive into our mac and cheese next and our banana ice cream. Okay, are you ready for the creamiest mac and cheese? All right, I'm so excited to do this with you guys. First of all, I grew up on mac and cheese. It was the Kraft mac and cheese that always wreaked havoc on my system until finally I realized there's a different way to enjoy my comfort foods without feeling awful. And like I said before, I don't want to feel deprived when it comes to food. Food is my life. Okay, I restrict myself from mac and cheese for almost 30 years, y'all. All right, so I've already boiled our pasta, and I want to show you the pasta that I'm using today. I'm definitely using a gluten-free pasta. You can use whatever pasta you want. I'm using this brand that's actually made out of garbanzo beans. One serving has 20 grams of protein, okay? So this is a great way to really sneak in that extra protein, especially if you've got any picky kids. I can't seem to get enough protein into my nephew, but he will eat this. Okay, so I've got my 2 boxes of pasta here. Then I'm gonna add in some almond cream cheese. Now, this is Kite Hill is the brand. I did not make this. This is why this mac and cheese is really easy, okay? This dish takes under 10 minutes to make. Kite Hill has a delicious, really clean cream cheese made out of almonds. So I'm adding my cream cheese. I'm also gonna add a couple tablespoons of plant-based butter. So I'll just cut off like that. And it's the Mayoko's brand. It's made out of cashews. It's delicious. Again, you can use any butter of choice here. And I'm gonna give this a nice stir, okay? The cream cheese and the butter is melting, making this nice and creamy and delicious, okay? Now, we're gonna make a sauce because I want this to be kind of like a version of my childhood favorite, the Kraft mac and cheese. If you wanna keep this white, you can totally keep it just like this and add a little bit nutritional yeast, and then you can have more of like a white mac and cheese, but I like the yellow mac and cheese. It reminds me of being a kid. Okay, I'm gonna sit this behind me, and we're gonna make our mac and cheese sauce. Okay. So the secret magic ingredient here are roasted carrots. So I've already roasted these carrots. It's about 1 cup, a little bit over a cup. And what I love about this again is that you can really sneak in healthy ingredients in this sauce. So like my nephew is 6, he would never touch a roasted carrot, but with this sauce, he will definitely eat this sauce. We're using cashews. So I've got my cashews. They've already been soaked and rinsed. Okay. And then I'm going to add a little bit of apple cider vinegar for the acid, some more of nutritional yeast to give it that cheesy flavor. I'm gonna put a big pinch of salt, about 1.5 teaspoons here. And then I've got onion powder and a little bit of nutmeg. Just a little bit of fresh nutmeg really brings out the cheesiness flavor, the onion flavor, and gives it that perfect zing that really reminds me of that Kraft mac and cheese sauce. Okay. Then I'm gonna add a splash of water. I'm gonna start with a little bit of water. We can always add more. Okay, and now I'm gonna give this a blend. Okay, let's see our sauce. Oh yeah, look at this sauce. Oh my gosh, I can't wait for you to try it. I have to taste it. Oh my God, it's so sweet and cheesy. So good. All right, now I'm gonna grab our pasta and we're gonna add all of our cheese into here. Okay, really, this is gonna be so decadent. This is guilt-free decadence, y'all. Nothing's better than that. Okay, let's do a nice stir. Look at how creamy this is. I have fed this to so many cheese eaters and they really are blown away. They cannot believe how much this tastes like real cheese. It's very exciting. Loaded with so much protein, fiber, healthy fat. Of course, we've snuck in our carrots. And we've got the protein pasta. If you wanna add even more protein, a hack that I do for my family, especially my nephews, is I add a couple tablespoons of collagen. Now that would not make this plant-based, but I do add collagen to most things for them because it's really hard to get in enough protein into their diets. Okay, so this is looking absolutely gorgeous. Okay, now, this is also really delicious if you want to bake this. You can put this in a casserole dish and bake it for about 15 minutes and then top it with the crunchiness of the Brazil nuts. So I'm gonna plate us and make us a little bowl. Okay, look at how creamy this is. Oh my God, that is a nice serving of mac and cheese. I am so ready for it. Oh my gosh. Okay, now we're gonna add some Brazil nuts on top. I love the Brazil nuts. It gives us a nice little crunch. You can also use toasted breadcrumbs, but the Brazil nuts, I really like the nuttiness and the texture. All right, so I'm gonna chop these up, and it adds a little bit more plant protein. It's all about the protein. Okay, all right, these. Okay, look at this. If this isn't a comfort meal right here, y'all, this is the creamiest mac and cheese. I cannot wait for you to try it. But before I dive into this, I'm gonna make some banana ice cream because it really finishes off my favorite 3 comfort meals. And if I had one dessert left, and somebody said, what is your last dessert that you can ever have? It would be ice cream. I grew up on ice cream. I love ice cream. Okay, but I'm gonna make this ice cream that seriously is so guilt-free and delicious. I'm gonna rinse my blender really quick because we're gonna make it in the Vitamix really fast. Okay, it's time to make dessert. The best part. All right, we're using frozen bananas. So I wanna show you what I did. I took about 4 bananas and sliced them into about inch thick slices, and I freeze them flat in the freezer. And then whenever I wanna make ice cream, you can just pull out the baggies and it's ready to go. That's the easiest way to do it. Takes a little bit of prep, but once you get the hang of it, it's so easy. You can also use frozen bananas, obviously, for your smoothies. In a couple other episodes, I'll show you my favorite smoothie bowl. So my whole freezer is literally layered baggies of frozen vegetables and frozen fruit. Make sure when you freeze your bananas that you don't roll them into a ball. It will be one huge big ice cube. Make sure they're flat. I know that might seem silly, but I can't tell you how many times that's happened at my restaurants, and then it takes forever to blend. All right, so I've got my 4 bananas. Okay, then I'm gonna add some cinnamon because it seriously makes everything taste better. So cinnamon, then I'm gonna add about a 1/2 cup of almond butter. And the almond butter really makes this, it makes this so creamy. Okay, I've also made this with tahini before, banana tahini ice cream. I mean, come on, it's like the best. And then I'm gonna do a small splash of almond milk. Just a little bit, like 1/4 cup. We can always add more, but I want this to be really thick. And I'm gonna do a pinch of salt, okay? All right, now I'm gonna blend away. This takes a little bit of some muscle. Okay. Oh my gosh, so thick, so creamy. Oh my gosh, okay. This is my favorite part. Oh yeah, perfect. So thick. So I wanna add some of my favorite toppings. So I have some Marcona almonds, which I think are the sexiest nut in the world. So I've got some toasted Marcona almonds here. Okay, I'm also gonna add some paleo chocolate chips that are made with coconut sugar. I mean, why not? And a little pinch of sea salt. Okay, oh, check out this creamy banana ice cream. It's really fun to test this out on your real ice cream eaters and see if they like it because it really hits all the spots. I have to try this. Oh my gosh, it's perfect. It's really the perfect ending to a night of comfort food. Thank you for joining me today. Take care of yourself, your mind, your body, and your soul. And if you love this episode today, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, please comment in the section below so we can stay connected. Subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can be an active part of my vision of a healthy world through food. And remember that healthy is the new sexy. And I'll see you next time. Bye.